Good morning, everybody. I am the Unknown Prophet. I am here to do tarot readings for you today. My name is Joshua Blessy. I use my own homemade deck, the Five Paths Tarot, to help find the best possible path for you. I do this from 7 to 10 every morning, except for the 3rd and the 10th of every month, or on a random day where I have to go to a doctor's appointment or something like that. So, and I will let you guys know ahead of time if that happens. Welcome on in, lovely. You are first in line here. Just let me finish my introduction real quick, and then, because I've got to get a couple things out of the way. First and foremost, guys, I really want to say thank you for being here today and being a part of my channel. Today, we are honoring Juneteenth today. Slavery was a bad thing that should have never happened in our country. It should have never been a part of our legacy. And we have to remember that if we don't honor it, we will be doomed to repeat it one day. And won't that be a sad day when the tables are turned and maybe it's the other color for a change that gets into slavery this time? You never know. Okay, I'm just putting that out there as an example. Slavery is wrong. Okay, pay someone a fair wage for fair work. That's all we want in this world. Don't abuse or use your employees. Don't abuse or abuse your persons of color or anything like that. And I don't know completely my whole history, but I don't think that the Swedes really brought any slaves over to help with translating Minnesota. But if I'm wrong there, I deeply apologize on behalf of anybody in my family who has ever done that. So if I hope that means something to you all today. And lovely, I do 2 different kinds of readings here, okay? And we're just going to do this one more thing real quick. Okay, just remember, guys, 7 to 10 a.m. every day, Central Standard Time. This is me, the Five Paths Tarot. I am sponsored by W Energy Drinks. W Energy Drinks, you can get 10% off. We are going to be having a taste test as soon as they arrive here so hopefully soon, because they probably just got sent in the mail, and it's coming standard mail, so you know how long that can take sometimes. And also the Paranormal Partnership Network. It's a place where paranormal groups get together to share their videos, Facebook pages, and YouTube. All right. So if you feel like you want to get involved with the paranormal group, please check them out. Also, the Unified Paranormal Program. That's where all of those paranormal people that were on that list come together to try to make a cohesive, positive group that leaves behind the ego, leaves behind the drama, leaves behind all of the things that come with that comes with the field of the paranormal. So if you're interested in that, please message me privately and I will get you the link for that. If you're interested in being a part of a paranormal program. Also, if you guys like ghost hunting, there is going to be a global event, a global ghost hunt going across the United States the world, in other different countries and places, you will see different teams in different locations investigating all for an entire week. And it's getting packed up now. So if you are a part of the paranormal community and would like to be a part of the ghost hunt, sign up today. All right, I think I'm almost done with my commercial there. Thank you. And this has been brought to you by Blue Sphere Productions. That is my parent company, proudly sponsoring all the things that I do in my creative endeavors. Oh, I'm so sorry you had to sit through that, but I do that every morning just to get them all out of the way. And then we don't have to worry about them for at least an hour or two or something like that. So lovely. Welcome on in. I'm sorry if that, hopefully that didn't scare you off there, but we are ready to do your reading. Would you like a 3-card reading? That's my most typical reading, a past, present, and a future reading. Or I do something called the journey layout, where I take you on a journey down the 5 paths in which I have created within my deck. And I will be happy to give you either one. So if you want a little bit of answers, I'd go with the 3 card. If you want a lot of answers, I'd go with the 5 card. And since my commands don't work on Facebook or YouTube, guys, they only work on Twitch. So if you guys do want a reading, plus exclamation point join. Otherwise, if I call your name out more than 3 times, then I will move on to the next person in line. So how are you doing this morning, lovely? And are you still here? And all readings are free today, guys. You do not have to donate today. I wanted to set up something for a Juneteenth donation thingy, but I couldn't find one that I kind of liked that I felt would use the money towards, making lives better for people of color or people who really are struggling with getting back on their feet and stuff like that. And I just couldn't find a really good organization quite yet. On Juneteenth, it's a relatively new holiday, so I mean, the next one you have is 4th of July, and we all celebrate that pretty much in America, unless you're a weird person who doesn't like America. That's your freedom to believe that there too. Isn't that nice? You can still live in a country you don't agree with and be able to live a normal life. In some countries, you don't even get that choice. You're lucky if you get a voice that you get to say something every day to someone you like. There's some countries that are really, really, striking things down on some things where they don't care what anybody else's rules are. They're going to follow their own damn rules. Well, lovely. If you pop back in here, we'll get you a reading. I don't have anybody in the queue right now, guys, so feel free to ask questions. We do have a nice light chat and chill here, too. We don't always just do readings, but so if you ever want to talk about anything, get some advice, maybe get something that can help you today, I'm always open to answering your questions, guys. I do use my tarot card reading to help me find the best possible answer for you, though, because I believe every day can be your best day ever, because if you will it to be so, it will be so. So today is my best day ever, because I never know. I'm playing the greatest choose your own adventure game I will ever play. It's called life. And that's right, folks. It can end at any time. This game does not have a set time limit. Tomorrow could be my last day ever. But I'm going to live happy before I die. I'm going to be blessed and be happy with everything that I have gained up to my life. I'm happy with my life. Did I do everything right? Hell no. Does anyone do everything right with their life? You find me the person who's done everything right in their life, I want to go shake their hands and says, you're the one out of the billion. Maybe, and there are probably a lot of people out there, honestly, who live good, decent lives and don't care about all the bullshit. All they're doing is going to work, earning enough money, paying their bills, taking care of their family, and being in the community they love to be in. They don't care about what politics are doing or anybody's doing. They vote. They try to make the world a better place. But you know what? Us pesky Americans have to remember, okay, guys, that we are the ones in control of the circus. If you don't vote for the people who are creating the circus, there won't be a circus anymore. Maybe we can start, voting some of these people who've been in there way too long out and start getting some maybe new, fresher people in there, I mean, some people who have a little bit more progressive minds, or at least if you're going to debate between liberal and conservative issues, can we please at least start talking about the real issues and solve them? Okay, if you guys really want to come to a complete conclusion on some of the most hard-hitting things that we have to face every day in America, We were founded on freedom of choice. We were founded on us getting away from a period, a king system or a royal system, and we wanted to move into a place where we would create our own kind of country that would be able to be self-sustained and stuff like that. And that goes also for our Native American people. They were pushed off their land. So we owe a big thank you to every single Native American out there who is now living, because we almost wiped them off the face of the earth. And we're lucky that there's still Native American people in this world, because they're the teachers of this earth. And so are us Wiccans, and so are all of our other peoples who do this stuff. We're all trying to be the best healers we can be. What that means to each one of us is up to you. So we're back on. We're waiting for some people to show up. And just kind of like I said, just got to wait for my commercials to end. It usually takes about 10 minutes for me to get all up and going in the mornings. I'm doing that because I am trying to honor my sponsors that have gotten to me. So at least I'm trying to throw them a commercial every once in a while. Every time someone clicks that code for me, uses my name, Joshua Blessy, on the discount portion of their receipt, I get a small percentage of that. So you're helping me by getting those energy drinks and trying. I looked at the ingredients. It's all naturals, no dyes, no colors, no sugars. It's all natural ingredients designed to keep you focused and energized and refreshed throughout the day. There are a lot of natural things out there that do this naturally. And you know what? They're smart enough to know we can go pick this in a field and grow this in our own little farm here and still make enough and give people the experience that they want. It doesn't have any hard crashes like some of those canned energy drinks have. So, and I know there are a couple of people out here who do energy drinks. I'm not saying mine's the best. I haven't even tried it yet. We're going to get to doing a taste test here, hopefully, in a week or two. And that's going to be kind of fun. So, here I am. People sometimes think us readers have everything figured out in life, and the real fact of the matter is we just been through so much of life sometimes that our lives were ultra accelerated, or were made to make us grow up faster than we wanted to, or some of us had a traumatic experience that told us we wanted to help other people. Some people just had the gift when they were born. There are a lot of good other people out there. But please be warning of any reader who says they know it all. Okay, any reader who says they know it all, they're charging you up front, and when you walk out of there, you feel better than you walked in. Check your reading and see if they told you exactly what you wanted to hear, not what you needed to hear. Now, I'm not going to say every tarot reader is like that, but there are a couple of people who just try to do it for entertainment purposes. So be sure, if you're going to some place who's doing tarot readings, make sure if you want the kind of reading I give, which is I'm a medium and a sensitive, so I try to give you the best possible path using my intuitions, but I ultimately have to leave your path in your hands. So I help try to guide you to that path, but I try not to put definitives on anything, because the second I tell you about your reading, it changes your life, because you've already started to decide to do something different. Even if that's listen to me or not listen to me, you're making a choice there somehow. So, we are very pro pride here, very pro 420, very pro discrimination is not allowed on this channel whatsoever. I am special needs. I am bi. I am a proud pagan, and I don't apologize for jack shit no more. You want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you the gods I believe in? Oh, you're going to get that here. If you want the fluffy bunny kind of reading, go somewhere else. Get your $25 out, have your nice entertainment value reading, and I hope that when it does change your life in a positive way, I really do. Because even the ones that are for fun sometimes can turn out to be the most real. Am I the best tarot reader out there? No, I'm not. Not the best. I'm okay with what I do. My style is my style. It's definitely my own, because everything I've done on my own since I was a little boy. I've had to learn to overcome a lot of adversity in my life. I had to overcome some abuse by a babysitter that was done to me. Then I had to overcome friends who were misusing me, and I won't even call them friends anymore. People who were misusing me in my past. I didn't have a father growing up. I had a single mother who had some alcoholic issues early in our childhood, but she did corrected that before she passed away. She lived a very nice, happy life by the end of it. She was happy with things, you know. She's finally starting to see, you know, the only thing she wished for more than anything was that her son would be okay. And she has seen that now in my life, you know, ever since she passed away. It kind of woke me up and said, do I really want to keep being this miserable the whole rest of my life, like mom was, or dad was, or anybody was? No, I had to choose to be happy. I had to choose to stop giving myself all of this crap about the things where I was putting all these expectations on myself I didn't need to put on, you know. I'm learning disabled. I have about a 10th grade educational level. If I try to learn anything over a 10th grade level, usually I forget it in about a week because I can't handle that much information in my head. I'm more creative than I am logical. I'm completely crazy and insane. So why are you here? No. I have a good sense of self. I know that I have issues. I have anxieties, depressions, and things that go on in my life. I'm on the right kind of medication. I was just graduated from my therapy from my therapist, so we've gotten through all of the stuff that we've had to get through. And then I went and got myself in better shape. I was twice the size I am today about 3 years ago, so I have got down to about 350, I think now. So you can imagine being that heavy. My chronic pain has been nonstop for 6 years. I've been denied Social Security, disability benefits for almost since 2005. Okay. And the first time I went through, I had lawyers helping me, and they weren't even going to try to put out any more money to it or appeal it in any way. I says, well, aren't you going to appeal this decision? And it's going, no, I'm sorry, we're not going to be taking your case any further than what we have. And it's like, you're kidding me, right? And now that my physical health has gotten a lot worse, I can only sit up for about 5 hours a day, if that. Sometimes I have to go lay down for long periods of time, take naps that aren't normal for my age, and I'm starting to have some memory loss here and there, and so just remember, guys, the reader that you're getting the reading from has their own issues, but if they're coming here trying to keep as positive possible, but they're willing to tell you some ugly truths that they feel, if you walk away from that thinking about something. Now, I don't care if you believe in my readings or not. I only care that I gave you something to think about today. Whether you choose to listen to that or not is up to you. So, that's why we have a nice safe space here, a nice positive safe space here, because I want everyone out there to come here and get the reading that they need, not the one they want, the one they need, the one that's going to help them find a better future for themselves, better direction. Maybe even if I only change one stupid little tiny thing for a person's life for the better, I've done my job. I'm sorry, I've done my job. That's it. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. I consider myself a relationship expert because I've been married to my significant other for 17 years, 18 together. And we just celebrated on June 11th, actually. So, it's been a long, beautiful trip finding my soulmate. And the journey that I went on to find her is an epic one. Truly epic. And now I'm living the best happily ever after I can live. As I had enough done to me in my youth. And the first half of my life was not fun. I went through crisis of faith. I went crisis of humanity. I went literally crazy once. And I don't mean one night in the hold so I don't take my own life. I'm 7 times suicide survivor. I should have 7 semicolons on my wrist, but tattoos are expensive, so but you know, and then, and just to know that there are people out there. The reason we all come online here to share our stories, to share ourselves, it's so that we can feel like maybe just one person listened to what we had to say today, and that message got made their life better, or gave them some hope, or maybe even gave them some much needed kick in the butt. You know, so because things aren't always easy in the world. That's why when God, like whatever God you believe in, gave us the free will to choose our own paths, it literally did that. It went plop, go have fun now. And now, but yeah, we have created the rule of law according to some of our religious and political and straight out country basis, because everyone has their own way of doing it. So no, but we as a country have not done everything right. You're back. I was hoping you'd come back. So I was just talking to people while I was here. So, hello. Okay. Would you like a reading today, lovely? And welcome back. Hopefully there weren't too many issues going on there. Maybe a house full of crazy people just decided to come give you a candygram or something. I don't know. So here's how it works here, lovely. All I need from you is to tell me how many times you want me to shuffle the deck for you, 1 through 10. And I will give you my standard free 3-card reading. So 1 through 10, pick a number. That's how many times I'm going to shuffle this deck for you, okay? Can you understand me, lovely? Okay, just to remind you, 1 through 10, pick a number. That's how many times I'm going to shuffle for you. Are you having internet issues there, lovely? Okay, give me a second to do that real quick. I want you to think of a number 1 through 52 while I shuffle 8 times for you, okay? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now pick a number 1 through 50. Okay, God, thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 8th card is where your answers are in my deck. All right, here we go. Here is your reading for today, okay? So in the past, you have my mother's card. Now, my mother did a lot of things in her past she's not exactly proud of. She is no longer with us in this world, but that's okay. She is at peace now. But when she was alive, she had to overcome a lot of adversity in her life. She grew up without a father. She grew up in a big ass family where she kind of got piled to the bottom of the list. She was the baby of the group. When she was raising me and my brother, she was a single mom at the time. And then eventually my father came back and said, I want to be a part of the family again, but it was after many years of them being apart. But it was all my mom was always growing in the greatest spots possible. A gardenia rose, the actual flower, can grow in the most darkest of places or light ridden places. It can grow in the light or the shade, and it grows especially good during those times when there's a lot of moisture or emotion or crying kind of stuff going around. So a little bit more moisturized environment, they grow a little bit better, but they can survive even the heat. So it's a very resilient flower. And my mom always used to tell me three things. And it's kind of what I feel like she wants me to tell you today. Remember, you have the power to create your own destiny. Number two, you are loved. No matter what you think, no matter how many times we yelled at you or anything in your life, we love you. You know. Number three, get your ass out there and go find what you're looking for. Stop waiting for it to come to you. You go find it. Those are the three things my mom always used to tell me. And I kind of feel like there's some kind of motherly figure from your past that you might remember giving you the sage advice that you needed to hear once upon a time that needs to kind of be rekindled back into your repertoire again. So maybe there's a female mom-like person in your life that you could seek out some advice today about things that happened to you in your past, just to be able to talk to them about it. Someone. Okay, your present is telling you, though, you're entering a stage of celebration, celebrating life, celebrating the joys of everyday living. You want to get around the people that you love and trust the most, because they're the ones that are going to help you light the flame inside of this circle. Why is this circle important? Because these are your hopes and your dreams that you are lighting, and you need support systems around you. You need to get around in your community once again of people that you feel the most comfortable and safe with to start celebrating life once again. When was the last time you gave yourself permission to have fun? When was the last time you gave yourself permission to just jump out of joy and scream out of joy just for the sheer happiness of something small, even the smallest little joy happening, you know? Or when was the last time you giggled? And when was the last time you went out and just laughed because you needed to laugh, you know? And I kind of feel like that's something that if you haven't started bringing into your life recently, definitely something you need to add back in, that celebratory thing. Now, here in the future, you have my brother's card. So you got my mom and my brother here today, okay? My brother's card is called the Rain Air card. Now, my brother, we've all done things in our past that we're not proud of. Let's just get that straight first, okay? If you'll go back and rewind this video, you can hear the laundry list of things I've done wrong in my life. But my brother did something criminally wrong, and he had to go pay a price. When he was finally inside of there, his freedom got taken away for a while, and he finally realized that what he was doing to himself and doing to the people surrounding him was hurting him more than was helping him. He wasn't getting what he wanted out of life, so he did something out of anger and hate that led to him being imprisoned for a while. So while he was in there, all he could think about is when he finally got out, that he was going to re-embrace that breath of fresh air and allow those emotions to rain down on him to change his life into a more positive direction. So he turned his life around to be more positive. So did my mom. So these cards are both telling you, hey, something in your past, you have to turn your life around and become a more positive person in your past. So honor the past, but live for the future. Celebrate. But now it's time for me to remember that I have to go back outside once again and breathe that fresh air and take into my world all of that, which I need again. I need to be revitalized. I need to be refreshed. I need to have that rain poured down on me and feel this freedom again that I finally have given myself. And my mom's very creative. So is my brother. He's a drawer. My mom is a craft maker. So if you have a brother figure in your life who are creative, or mom figure in your life who could help you out, answer some questions about the future coming up. Maybe there's some past experience they need to tell you about that could help you in your journey. Then we have your destiny card, and that's this tempering card right here. Okay, tending card right here. Sorry, tending. And your tending card is all about one thing. It's time to get back around the fire that we needed to light here and start to move those coals around so that you can start that fire to be a good, strong fire for a change. You have to move those coals around so you can evenly distribute the heat, because you don't want one project overwhelming you more than the other. If you can concentrate on the one fire in front of you, not all the little sparks flying out of the cauldron of change, the change will be easier. Sorry. I got coffee. So it's about getting back into your life and giving yourself some pampering days. So both cards are telling you this. When I look at your real reading, it's time for you to do some creative change, to realize that you can grow in the darkest or lightest spots, that you don't have to let your past define you in order to move forward. You both have to let those things go if this is happening in your life. You need to celebrate the right here, the right now, get around your community, get around your family, so they can help tend to the fire of the change, that they can be your support system for that change that is yet to come. And that is your reading, lovely. You're very welcome. Last minute intuitional thoughts, lovely. From what I'm looking at your cards, it's definitely a transformational time for you. But I think what you have to remember to do is, as long as you are working on yourself, even the tiniest bit, celebrate those small victories. Even if they're just a tiny little bit of a victory every now and again, it's still a victory. And you need to re-embrace that victory and celebrate every time you do something right for a change, and stop giving yourself so much crap about the wrong you do in your life. I'm blunt as hell here. I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. So if I feel I have to tell you that, I tell you. If it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, well, then you can just say, "Oh, he's just trying to be mean." When our house was sold, I didn't see if you had a specific question for me either. So, want to sell our house? When will it be sold? Let me see here. You said 8, right? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see what the answers have to tell you. Freedom. So, as soon as I'm done with Lovely here, I'll be happy to help you with that. I'm just answering one of her questions real quick. So please stay in chat. I'm almost done with hers, and you will be next, Cynthia. Okay? Thank you. Okay, so when I asked the universe to send me an answer to your question of whether or not you'll be getting that house that you were talking about back before there, but you wanted to know about that, right? Sorry, I'm trying to find out when our house was sold. You want to sell your house, right? And that means financial freedom for you, right? It means freedom from being in the place you no longer want to be in, to be able to move into a new place. So the Laramar's door is all about the gilded cage. Even the best possible place we have lived in for quite a long time can become stagnant and old, and we need to move on, because either our lives get expanding or we need to reduce our lives, whatever way it is. But even a gilded cage is still a gilded cage. All the nice, comfortable sofas are in there that you've been used to for over the years, all that nice decoration and coloring that you've worked so hard on. It's hard to just pick up and start moving and changing again. So this is basically saying, hey, it's time for you to walk out of sight of that cage, lock that door back again. So, because you've had the key in your pocket the entire time. So I think this is actually a pretty fortuitous card for you and this house kind of question that you're having, because it means that you have had the key to unlock or lock the doors of whatever place you want to go to. Just remember that the next place you pick is your newest foundation, and you're not going to build another cage. You're just going to build a home that you can live in and come to every day to do things like live normal, everyday, not working life. So you can take care of your children or people that you love in your life, or that you can do the things that you're the most passionate and feel the best about. Go do your hobbies, go out with the people who is your significant other, and celebrate all that you can, because it's definitely time for you to walk outside of the door, turn around, close that door, lock that door, throw the key into the center, and leave that old behind. So this card usually means that you're about to embrace a freedom that you've been wanting for a while. So I would take that as a good. When that's going to happen, the housing market's really finicky right now, because I have a couple people in real estate that I know. You tell me where you are trying to sell your house from. Maybe I can give you a couple references. on just a purely mundane kind of thing. So if you're interested in that, just let me know. Otherwise, I think it's coming. I think that there might be one or two things that you have to fix on something that might I won't say fix, adjust to the person who's buying it a little bit more, and maybe go a tiny bit lower than you were expecting to go. Still get enough for what you're going, but just don't go as high as you first decided. You need to come down, I think, a little bit, just a little bit, to make yours a little bit more attractive than the ones that are in your local area. People are going to look for the cheapest, best house they can find. If you can give them the best deal possible and still not compromise yourselves doing that. So, all right, Cynthia, you are up. Time for your reading, Cynthia. Let me do a cleansing shuffle here real quick. I always do this after everybody's reading. I just do an intuitive shuffle. I don't really think about it. When I feel like they're ready, they're ready. But it's your turn there, Cynthia. What kind of a reading would you like today? My typical past, present, future reading? Or would you like my journey layout reading? Okay, no worries. All right, now here's what I need you to do, Cynthia. I want you to think about that career. Pick a number 1 through 10. That's how many times I'm going to shuffle this deck for you, okay? Six times. 1, 2. Oh, see. Oh. Okay, one. That was 2. Got some cards that kind of slipped out of my hands a little bit. None of the cards hit the table. So if a card hits the table, then I have a special message for you. But then we're on number 3 shuffle, number 4 shuffle, 5, and here's the last shuffle. Now think of a number 1 through 52, not 62, 52. That's where your answer is, my deck. And take some time to really think about what you want to know as far as career and stuff like that. Just kind of send that energy as you're picking that number. That's how you're kind of sending me that energy so that I can give you the reading you need to have today. Okay, concealer. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and the 21st card is where your answer is in my deck. Let's see what you got to find out here for that career. Okay. All right, here we go with your reading for today. So, all you want to know is if you will get a job soon. Yeah, I'm going to work on that. Do you want to know what will lead you to that job? Because you have to know your past in order to know your future. Even if it's just a couple of weeks or whatever, you get to decide what your history is. So just want to make sure I give you the reading that you need today. I am not for entertainment purposes kind of a reader. I'm trying to actually help you find the best possible path for you. That's all I try to do. So these cards will help hopefully lead you to that job that may be something you need to see in your future. Because if you want me to continue, let me know. on the way I do it, or do you want me just to simply try to shuffle the deck one more time, get a one card answer for you, and see if it says yes or no? I want to make sure. Okay, what? Yes. Yes, continue with this reading, or yes, you want me to draw just one card to give you an answer? Okay, thank you. So, in the past, what has been going on is you've had to find that positivity in your life again. I know things have been hard for you for quite a long time, but you have to start becoming that beacon of light that shines above all the other people out there right now. Remember, jobs are not hard to find at all right now. You actually can start finding your happy job. What about those dreams and goals that you had once upon a time of the thing you always wanted to do and be? Why aren't you searching for the happy job that will keep you happy and content and feel fulfilled and still pay the bills? And if you have the ability every single day to decide, today I'm going to look at that sun and I'm going to follow that positive sun because it's going to shine down on me all the positive thoughts. You have to get your mindset right first. See yourself getting a job within whatever time frame you want to give yourself. Okay, give yourself more than a day. Okay, let's give magic a little bit of time to work. Let's give the gods a little bit of time to work. Sometimes instant karma comes, but sometimes it doesn't. But it's definitely time for you to find that happy again, because that's what's going to help you find the best job possible. Because now you've got my Whale's Joy card. Now my Whale's Joy card is my wife's card. Now, what was my wife in her life? She's had a lot of different jobs in her life. Actually, she's been everything from a firefighter in the interior of Montana to a city bus driver. So it depends on the kind of job you want. This card is telling you it's time to get up out of that ocean that you've been used to for such a long time, the place that you've been kind of trying to search for a job for, down in the deep. Whales will travel along their pod and navigate the seas as they see dangers come along their way. But every once in a while, they've got to jump out of this ocean, grab that fresh breath air that they need to take in their lungs once again, and find that zest for life again. So, and jump for joy. When they're actually blowing out that sound and getting that, they're taking that last breath of air before they go back in, spend it where they want to spend it, down where their family is and down where the people that love and support them the most are. So just come up for air. That's all that this card is trying to tell you. Come up for air, give yourself a break, find the joy in the moments. Just like the Bass card was telling you, find the happy in your past, find the joy every single day when you jump out of joy for your life. And if there is a woman who kind of feels like well, either a partner or some kind of a partner in your life who is ultra emotional, a tiny bit stubborn, and always making you laugh and smile, then maybe this person in your life is trying to give you a special message. You should go ask them what they might have something for you going on. Now, in your future, as to the question is when, if you will get a job soon. There's something underneath the surface that may be not getting you attention. So, have you brushed up your resume or brushed up your interviewing skills and stuff like that? Are you dressing for success, dressing for the job that you want to have? Are you giving yourself time to de-stress before an interview? Are you giving yourself that time frame to go get yourself nice and ready for it, but let those nervous things go away? Because I kind of feel like it's a way you are presenting yourself a little bit, because the surface card kind of goes, what's underneath the surface? I want to get to know you a little bit better. So maybe sharing a little bit of your personal story a little bit more might make you a little bit more attractive in the workplace. So usually the surface card means it's time to take off the old mask. It's time to reveal to the world the true you that you want to be in your life. Because your destiny card is telling you that you've got the Grand Elder. Now, the Grand Elder is the highest tree in my deck. And that means you've reached a certain maturity level, so much maturity level that you'll be able to start giving that kind of energy to other people. So have you thought about teaching or some kind of giving advice to people, or doing something that could not only help you, but help the world. I kind of feel like you're one of these people who want to help the world too. So find a place that can do all of those things. The Grand Elder means we've come to a place within ourselves where we feel the most rooted in this world. We've set a healthy foundation. We grew a healthy, nice trunk of energy and life experiences that kind of spread out. We grew our branches out to different places and things that we've tried in this world. Our leaves changed every single year, and we were happy that that change was coming. And then we also allowed this beautiful home to be built within ourselves that now is the place where we want to spend the rest of our lives doing until the home no longer serves a purpose. You are in the spot you need to be in right now. I think what you need to do is you're it's kind of like you need the spotlight, and the spotlight of here I am, pay attention to me. I think that's what it boils down to, honestly. It's just that you're just not don't want to call you unremarkable, but maybe if you step up your game just a tiny bit, really go in there full tilt kitty and really give them the best possible interview you can. Because I used to be a manager of several kinds of stores in my life, and what managers are always looking for is this: they want to know that the person that they want to hire is capable of doing the job. They want to see that they're going to be able to interact not only with other employees, okay, but other, their customers as well, depending on what kind of an industry that you're in. If you're, they want to know that you're going to be on time and you're going to try to follow the schedule as much as possible. We understand sick days and things come up, but please tell them about any prior commitments beforehand. And if you have a past of any kind, the criminally or not criminally, please let us know, because sometimes there are certain programs that allow us to take certain kinds of people onto our shift to give them a place to reform and rehab. So sometimes there are programs out there that are in those places that generally want to help people along with their restaurants, so, or find that place in there. So, I think your job is right around the corner. I think if you brush up that internet game a little bit, put more out there, brush up that resume, get it nice, shining, brightly, make sure it's nicely well typed, and maybe get even someone to a Staples or something to do it or something like that. And then, go forward from there and really find that happy. Go look for the job that maybe there was a dream in your past that would make you happy to try again. Maybe it's time to finally achieve those goals and dreams. Come up for that air and jump for that wonderful breath of life once again, so that when you do go back down to do the actual work this time of being down in the world, then you have all of that breath of air you need, and bring things to the surface so that they can see you for who you truly are, because that's what the surface card is saying. But you are a cohesive, full, complete person who is ready for this. It's just one of those things where it may be time to go dust off. And that's my reading for you, hon. Last minute intuitional thoughts. I would give it about 3 weeks to a month, about as long as you're getting that word out there and doing all of those things that I can think would help you. Whether you want to do any of which I've said or not, that's up to you completely, 100%. Okay. But your future is always in your own hands, and hopefully my advice gave you something to think about. And be positive and really show them if you're having a hard time with things. Don't be afraid to once in a while just tell them that, hey, I'm really kind of experiencing some hard times around. I need this job because, and if you let them know, that's going to let them know that you're going to work harder than anybody else, because you're going to be the one person that knows that wants to have this job because they need it. It's not just something on the side they don't want. And you can't say there aren't a lot of jobs out there right now. So there's a lot of places hiring that want people. Just depends on what you're willing to do. All right, let me do a cleansing shuffle here. And Mega, you're next after this. Just give me a second to finish shuffling the deck. I'm supposed to do some celebrating today myself. Okay, Mega, you're next. What kind of a reading would you like today? May you pass. You want to pass your reading? There's nobody else to read, so if you don't want it, come back when you want one. May you post. Oh, post, not pass. I'm sorry. My eyes sometimes. Yeah, you can post a question. If you want to pose a question to me, you're more than welcome to do that. You don't have to. Tell me the question. Even all I'm gonna ask you to do is two simple things for me. All right, or three simple things for me. First, do you want a simple reading or a complicated reading? Number two, I need you to pick a number 1 through 10. That's how many times I'm going to shuffle the deck for you. Then I'm going to ask you to pick a number 1 through 52 while thinking about what you want to know so that I can pick where your journey or your answer is in my deck. That's how it works here, guys. So, and it's Juneteenth, so we're giving away free readings for today. Tomorrow we will be asking for donations. So if you tune back in tomorrow, that's just know that tomorrow we'll be going back to for donations only. So it came in the right day. So whenever you're ready, Mega, you're ready. Let me know. And here's the other rule, guys. Okay. Okay, the simple reading is just 3 cards: past, present, future, with a destiny card that kind of helps bring the whole reading together. Or I have my complicated journey layout, which gives you the most possible answers you can get in a reading that I do. And let me pull it up for you here. So here's the journey layout. So I take you down each one of these paths and tell you what could be helped within your path to help you find the best possible one for you, trying to find you the best day ever or lead you to the best possible moment you can be in your life. So I'll take you down the past path first. The first 2 cards are the past path card, which tells you all about your victories and defeats that you made up to this point, but we eventually have to turn around and face our future. What do I need to do with that? Then we get to our wait card, which is all about those choices and decisions we need to make with our logical mind and our emotional mind. But we can't wait around forever for the decision to fall into our lap. Sometimes we got to take action and get up and walk towards one of these other 3 paths I asked you to choose from. Excuse me. Then we have the hard path. It's all about overcoming adversity, getting to your goal as quickly as possible, but you have to take a nice long break afterwards in order to recoup the energy. The easy path is taking one step at a time, making a lot of little goals in order to get to your big ass goals someday, but it takes a little bit longer to get there. You will have way more energy by the end of this path, and it is one step at a time, one rest at a time, one celebration at a time. Then my unseen path is all about the one thing that's been right in front of your nose the whole time, that's been staring you in the face, that you kind of have to get the big picture of and see for yourself for the first time what you've been missing. A little bit of your easy path, a little bit of your hard path, but definitely one you carve yourself. It doesn't have a place that it ends because it's about the journey, not the destination. Then we have my home card. What do I need to bring within myself or expel within myself? And then my leap of faith card. We all know what a leap of faith is, right? Overcoming those fears. Because we all know where we need to jump into. We all know what fears we need to get over. We're just not sure how we're going to land sometimes. So it's all about how to mitigate getting over your fears the best way possible and how you can obtain that or what you're most afraid of facing or something like that. Then my wandering path card is all about that one choice and or decision you have yet to make or have not considered it yet. It's a wandering path, so it doesn't have a direction, it doesn't have a location, it doesn't have a time limit. You're just going to walk and wander for a while. That's how my reading my journey layout works. It looks like you want a complicated reading. So we are all ready for you. Now all I need you to do is pick that number 1 through 10 for the shuffle. And please excuse the burps. I'm a rude, crude, socially unacceptable man with delusions of grandeur and a God complex. No. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now pick a number 1 through 52, and that's where your answer is in my deck. And we always pick the wandering path card first because it's the one path you weren't choosing first. And then the number you choose after that is where your journey begins. So pick a number 1 through 52. We may be having some issues on YouTube. It might be a little slow over there or something. So we're gonna give Megan a little bit more time to kind of come back and be a part of the stream again, because maybe something happened there. I'm not sure, because she was coming right back with answers and now she's not. So let's see if YouTube says anything about it. No. Hey Megan, are you still with me? Megan? Megha? Megha? Are you still with me? Pick a number 1 through 52. Please and thank you. Whenever you're ready, sweetie, pick a number 1 through 52. One. Okay. One card out. So we have the past path, the waiting path. This is your. Okay, let me see. I got to find out where my cards get picked up here, guys. So wait path. Okay, we've got your easy path. Next, your hard path. After that, your unseen path. Next, your home path. Next, your leap of faith card next, and your wandering path card was already drawn. So let me just scoot these over just a tiny bit here so I can get you the reading that you need to know today. Okay, so we're going to start here on our past path card. These are the first two cards that always get called out, and then after that, you have some choices to make. So in your past, you've been working on becoming more positive, from becoming that phoenix, reburning into this world, a more positive person being birthed right now. You're starting to find that light up in that sky and to draw it back into your life once again. But you need to be around those people who remind you what it means to be happy, safe, secure. Those people who make you feel like you want to be a part of the world, that makes you want to smile and laugh and giggle all the time. Maybe there's a group of friends that you could reconnect with in your past that could kind of bring back the good old days, just for a remembrance kind of a deal, to give you that zest for life once again, to go, hey, I've been through some crazy crap. Why not? I'll see what's happening there, right? So, then we have what's going on in your weight path, right? So your Bass card is basically saying, hey, you have to start being a more positive person. and start following that center around and drawing it down on you, that raise of positivity, so that you can start working towards that better future, because that's what you have to do to turn yourself around. Your weight path here card is saying you've become kind of crystallized in fear. You're so ultra defensive and so ultra put offish sometimes. When people try to get too near to you, they feel like they're in danger, and maybe this is something you do unwillingly, or don't know that you're doing it, but there's definitely something in your life where you kind of feel like you're closing off a little bit of you. That part of you isn't growing, that part of you isn't moving. It's time to start to put those rays of light back onto this place that you were just starting to melt, because we want to melt all of this ice down, because summer does eventually come. Good times eventually do come. Winter can't last forever, and even though it's a long, hard winter sometimes it's an even longer, hotter summer afterwards. So you have to be reminded that you have to bring in all of that positive energy to start melting this ice away from you, this crystallized form, because you don't want to stunt your growth anymore. You want to kind of move on and move forward. So you're kind of like, what do I need to do to get out of this situation, right? Now, we have choices to make. You get to go down your easy path first, your unseen path first, or your hard path first. Easy, unseen, hard. We have a little bit of connection issues on YouTube sometimes, guys, so we're just trying to give her some time here, or him. I really don't know. Either way, doesn't matter to me. So which path do you want me to talk about next? This is the part where you do have to make some choices here. So all I'm asking you to choose is choose where you want to first start. What do you want to know first? Your easy path, your unseen path. Okay, thank you. I got it now. I got it. Okay, so your easy path, right? So in order for you to find that easier path, one is setting small little obtainable goals and getting to that goal eventually. What you need to remember is you are like the resilient dandelion that grows out there in the world. They can find a spot to grow anywhere. Trust me, they will find the creepiest little tiniest crack and go in there and start to grow like a banshee. They will grow so much they will actually crack the granite open and allow that granite to breathe a little bit more. Dandelions are kind of an intrusive, difficult thing sometimes, though, because not everyone sees them as a flower. Some of them see themselves as a weed. So, are you the beautiful flower that got through all of that resilient stuff in order to be that beautiful thing, bright, that's shining in this future? Because dandelions, they're very nutritious. They're great in a lot of different things like salads and wines and stuff like that. So if you've ever had any of those things, you know that they can be crafted into a refinement. So you get to decide whether you view yourself as the flower of resilience or the weed that needs to be picked. It's time for you to decide which kind of flower you are. Then we go to your next possible path. Would you like your unseen or hard? So this is the unseen path here. It's called the Rainier's card. This is my brother's card. Now, unfortunately, my brother didn't always behave himself in life. He did something to get himself incarcerated and had to go to jail. Now, this is just telling you that he did something wrong in his life that he really felt bad about doing in the first place. He had some issues that weren't all his fault, but he did the crime, he did the time. So what he did is he realized that He never ever wanted to do this crime ever again. He wanted to change his life around and become more positive. He went to therapy. He got himself someone who could help him with counseling, some people who could help him with getting maybe on some better medications or some better life ways of looking at life and a way of living life. And he had to kind of fight for his life again. And he had to build it all the way back up from scratch, back ass bottom to up to a beautiful, wonderful life. And he really changed his life around. So what you have to remember is the reason why he called himself Rain Air is because he realized that he was putting himself in the cage of his own making. That all he had to do was just not do what he did. And we can't always take back what we've done in our past. Everyone has something in their past they wish they could take back, but it's not about what you have done in the past. You have to honor what you have done in order for you to go and forward and make peace with it, to be able to forgive yourself for what you have done, so that you can hopefully one day be forgiven for all those people you may have wronged along the way. But I was saying to you, it's time for you to re-embrace that breath of fresh air once again, to bring in that nice, wonderful breath into yourself and take in all the smells, all the breath of the beautiful, wonderful summer or your favorite season of the year. Take it in and allow it to kind of wash over you. Let the rain wash down on you and let the emotions kind of flow free as you smell that beautiful air coming up into your very wonderful nostrils there. You will feel the kind of freedom you've never felt. And I want to let you know, he changed his life around so much, he's actually trying to do better than he was ever trying to do when he was before. So he's really done a good job. So he was one of the good ones who got reformed. No. So now we get to your hard path, right? And you're probably going, well, why does it say wait path when it's hard path? Because it's telling you that maybe the hardest thing for you to do is wait. Maybe you're so gung-ho on getting to your goal as quickly as possible, you don't give yourself any time to wait and really think about the choice or decision you make. You act more out of instinct than out of thought. So you act more like you want to get to the end of this path rather than wait around for the answers to come. Sometimes it takes a very good time in our life where we have to kind of sit down with self and say to self, hey, I need to kind of reboot the choices and decisions that I am currently making. I can't do anything about the past. We don't want to say that we can do anything about the past because your wait card was that crystallized card, right? So we're breaking free of this bad pattern that we've been putting ourselves in by going down the hard path, by realizing sometimes we have to take a little bit more time with ourselves in order to feel like we are doing better in the future. So maybe it's time for you to kind of sit and really think about only a couple of things you really want to complete before the end of today, next week, your life, whichever time frame you give it with. But become committed to that task, because now you are going to start stepping onto that future you want it to be. So would you like your home card first? And let me see if I can fix this just a little bit here. So home card is this card here, and your leap of faith card is this. This is the last choice you have to make, by the way. Home card. So what do you need to bring back within yourself? Okay, I want you to consider that your life has been about other people trying to help you on your journey. But even the best intentions trying to add to the soup of who you are can still spoil a soup. Are you the one in the pot being cooked by the world, or are you the one outside of the pot cooking your journey? You have to cut off all of those bad old ties that have been keeping you from accomplishing those goals and dreams. You have to take away all of those things, pour out the old soup, wash out your container, and start all over again. And I know it seems like you've done that a couple of different times, but this time, really think about the kind of ingredients that go in the soup of who you are. What kind of things do you want to put back into yourself that's going to make this be the soup that people will want to come around and consume and be able to take them into their lives and be a part of it? What kind of a dish do you want your soup do you want to be? Do you want it to be one full of self-confidence, determination, one of being patient, being honest, being open, whatever you consider those ingredients to be that make up the person who you are is. It's time to maybe start considering some of those ingredients that have served you in the past have gone bad. You need to throw those ones away in order to create those new good patterns. So it's time to start preparing for that future to come ahead. And I think if you do this, things are going to be a little bit more easier for you. It's a little bit taking that time to make those smaller choices and decisions by deciding which ingredients go back into who you are and what you want to become. Okay, at least I didn't do that out loud this time. It was muffled, but it was still. So, what is your leap of faith card? I think this is a card that's going to speak to you the most, my friend. You have just got done bearing the old person of who you were, but you have yet to go through the stages of grief, because this pile of dirt here is what has to be left to be filled into that grave in order for those new beautiful sprouts to come up from the ground to start that new growth once again. So the dirt card is always about you taking better care of yourself, allowing yourself to grow in better, healthier ways, doing things that are a little bit more your style, your speed, and definitely being the one who's in control of the garden that they plant. Because you spent all the stuff that you thought wasn't serving you any purpose, all this crap you thought wasn't helping you in any way, shape, or form your whole life, the life that you had or whatever went wrong with it, you didn't think that served any purpose. What do you think the dirt was? What do you think the dirt is? That's all the bad possible mistakes you could have ever made. But we plant in that ground and start that new growth that becomes fertilizer for our new life. And that new life is something that we want to grow within ourselves. So it's definitely time to start that planting of those seeds that you want to become someday. And now we'll get to your wandering path card, okay? And your wandering path, sorry, I wanted to get that back up there. So your wandering path card, right, is a Larimar's door card, okay? And the Larimar door card is about one thing. Your wandering path is telling you this. Hey, you've put yourself in a nice, beautiful, gilded cage there, buddy. But what everybody else sees is an ugly old cage that needs to be retired. No one can seem to find the key on the outside because you've had it in your pocket the entire time. Yes, it's time to get yourself free of those old bad patterns that you don't want to be having happen in your life now. It's time to unlock that freedom again. A lot of things are telling you to unlock your freedom in this reading, because this door is the one where you finally realize you've had the key in your pocket the whole time. You're going to unlock that gilded cage, walk outside of it, turn around, and really see it for the kind of cage it was, slamming the door shut and relocking that cage and throwing your key in the center of the ring, at least in a mythical way. So you can start working towards pouring a new foundation, not a new cage. Okay? And that's kind of one of the things you need to realize. This is also called the Dream Stone. So pay attention to your dreams tonight. There might be messages in there to help you re-embrace your freedom once again. But it's about that freedom of choice, my friend. The freedom to take your time to make a choice and decision that's going to be something that will bring you more benefit. If you truly want to find happiness in this life, first, just say, it's going to be a good day today. No matter what happens, by the end of the day, I know that I can live the happiest, best day ever. Just start saying a positive mantra every day that keeps you going and keeps you motivated, whatever you need to say to yourself, because that's the key that unlocks that door. And that freedom that you will gain will be one of the most happiest moments of your life, because you will finally be free of all of these other stuff that you felt had to be a part of your life. You will finally start to live the life you have always been meant to live. If that makes any sense to you, that is your reading there today, Megan. And then when I look over your whole reading and I ask myself, what could this possibly mean? It's definitely time for you to walk back in the sunshine to really, really, really melt that crystallized outward form that you feel you have to be kind of protective and cold right now because you've had too much shit happen to you. You have to realize that you are the beautiful flower growing out of the cracks that are in the sidewalk, that you have to really be positive in that new growth that you want to be, because are you the weed or are you the flower? Then remember to re-embrace that breath of fresh air and rain once again. Allow the world to come back into you and allow yourself to find the beauty in it once again and change your life for the better. You don't always have to live in the past and all the bad things you could have done in the past. Yes, you've paid the price. Now start living the life you needed to live. Start working towards that positive life, because you want to stop and smell the roses a little bit. It's time to kind of slow down a little bit, maybe take a little bit less at a time, maybe take a little bit more patience involved, because you want to be prepared for the journey that is ahead, because you're deciding those beautiful ingredients you want to take along the way, because that new dirt is finally formed down on the bottom of that fresh grave. Go through the grieving process of saying goodbye to that old person of yours that has turned into fertilizer now, so you can plant your future. And above all else, unlock that door and walk outside, because you are free. That is your reading today, Megan. And hello, Jing. So hopefully that helps you today. You're very welcome. I'm glad that I gave you a new perspective. If nothing else, if that's all I gave you today, something to think about, remember the future's always in your own hands, guys. You have the right and responsibility to go live the life you want to live. So go live your best life ever. And start today by saying, today is going to be my best day ever. And that's my mantra, guys. You feel free to use that any day you want. But, because I play the greatest choose your own adventure game I will ever play. It's called life. And guess what? There's only one life in this game. At least I'll never be this person ever again. I may be somebody else somewhere in the future, and I believe in reincarnation. But if I have a choice about it, I'm not coming back as a human. I think I've had about enough of my human experience now. Trying to try something different now. I hope that much needed help you. Happy Juneteenth to everybody. Today is a day of remembrance for all those people in the past that we have wronged in so many wrong ways that aren't even possible, because slavery should have never been a part of our country in the first place. We shouldn't have had other people do our jobs for us. If we had built this America with our own two hands alongside of those people instead of fighting against those people, can you imagine what kind of a good country we'd have right now? The kind of resources we'd have? If we could work alongside them, pay them a fair wage, treat them with respect, treat them with the rights that they deserve to have, they finally abolished it. And yes, it's abolished, but you never know when it could return. If we don't learn from our past mistakes, we are doomed to repeat them. And this is one thing we should never, ever repeat. Because you never know, the next color of skin might not be the color that it is now. And boy, won't that be a shock to all the people who thought they had all the superiority in the world over things, when they're the ones hiding instead of the other people hiding, when the tables flip on them for a change. The universe has a funny way of making things kind of balanced out. I'm telling you, if they don't balance it one way, they balance it another. So, guys, that's what you guys get here. I try to give you guys the best possible advice I can. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. I'm a sensitive and a medium. I am psychic to a certain point. Usually when I'm helping people, I tend to do a better job than if I'm trying to really earn money for it. That's why my readings are usually by donation only. So whatever you can afford to spend today, that's good enough, But today, Juneteenth, let's not worry about that. We're going to just keep giving free readings until the 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock hour. But after that, I have to go lay down for quite a while so that I can be ready for my ghost hunting orientation tonight with the Minnesota Ghost Hunters, which I'm really excited about. So that happens at 3 p.m. today. So I'm just really excited to finally get into learning what their styles are and stuff like that. And I have to learn to speak up a little bit and communicate better. Being a fresh new face in that group, I don't know the group dynamic yet. So, and I've only been with them one ghost hunt so far, but it was a pretty hard time for me because I can't walk as fast as some of the other people can walk. I use a cane. I can only walk for so long before my back starts to give out on me. I was really having a hard time keeping up, but I wasn't letting people know I needed more help. So, I learned something. See, even though I had a bad experience or something that didn't go exactly the way it was kind of like, I know, I've asked 3 times, can we slow down now? Or can I get a ride somewhere? and I haven't felt like you've heard me, so I just wanted to make sure you heard me this time. So now they know that. And I'm going to make sure that I keep voicing my opinion. I've got to get better at doing that because one day I'm going to have to voice my opinion and defend myself, and I want to be able to speak well. So, and how you been, Jing? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Jing. Sorry to hear that things aren't going well for you. I'm kind of in a tough spot myself. So if you want to talk about it with me, I'll give you a reading. No worries. Today they're free anyway. If you need a reading or if you just want to talk, I'm here for you, buddy. Got my coffee. See what the cards say if you want. Whatever your pleasure is, my friend. Let's get you some positivity back in that life of yours, huh? Huh? You let me know. I'm here to listen, buddy. Anytime. To anybody out there who comes on my channel, if you just need somewhere to come talk to, feel a safe space where you can get good advice from all the people who come here, who are some tarot readers sometimes, some other people sometimes. I understand that, brother. I understand that. Chosen family and natural born family haven't exactly been the funnest times for me sometimes in my life. They've been good for a while, and then they didn't go so well after a while. So, and some of it was my own preconceived notions that I didn't know were wrong. So, because I became a Wiccan, everyone suddenly became very distant from me, and I thought it was always about my faith. No, they just went and got busy lives. That's all. So I had to refine something right now. Did you want some advice with that? With your in-law via the cards or me? We can always do a one card draw for you, kind of let you know what would help the situation out. Or I can do a 3 card past, present, future that could help you lead to a better result with this family member. You let me know. My in-laws were okay. And is it are you guys safe? Are you guys in a place where you can get food, rest, and sleep every day and be able to live normal of a life as you can? Then who cares what kind of a living place you're living in? As long as you're in a place, not in a cardboard box on the street, I think that'd be better. Good. You know, because that you could be worse. You could be living in the cardboard box along with your daughter, striving to find out one day. Well, the one person can give you that dollar for a sandwich for you both to eat, that day. But you know, I don't know what their situation is. So let's see what my card tells me. This one is it. So I just did a new intuitive draw here, something to kind of get you maybe some advice that you might need to hear right now. So I want you to consider this: what you can do to um, help reintroduce what you need to hear today, because maybe this will help you, give you the positivity you need to be able to move forward. And you should never feel bad about a job loss, that something happened to you, because you know, if you lost a job not on your own way because they had to reduce hours or whatever they had to do, you know, you have to move forward. That can't let that be the defining moment of your life. You have to say, okay, I lost one, time to go get a new one. You know, it's not like jobs aren't readily available out there right now, especially if you're in America, you know. So so let me tell you this: what can help resolve the situation? You have to be like the volcano who pours his own future and comes. Yeah, okay, I understand with what you just said online there. But you have to be like the volcano that pours down that lava flow. So yes, you may have to destroy some old bad patterns or some old things that you used to be doing in your life. Maybe it's time to create a whole new path that you have forged yourself. So have you thought about the dream job that you've always wanted to have? Have you thought about the kind of job that you said to yourself, hey, this may be a little bit under the amount of money I want, but I know it will sustain me for a while until I can find that other job that will give me the bigger paycheck, you know? So it's definitely time for you to start pouring down your own path once again and forging your own future, because you have the positive energy behind you to do that. That you have that explosive volcano, that's all this energy that happened because of whatever happened. And now you have to use that energy to pour your new life, your new foundation down on the ground, so you can start building on top of that what kind of a career you need to have. Um, Honestly, there's something that you have to start letting go of from that old situation. Because compost pile means you have to let go of some stuff and kind of have to let it naturally die, so you don't think about it anymore. So it would probably mean it's time to stop giving yourself so much crap about the job you've lost, and forgive yourself for making a mistake, or forgive yourself for whatever the heck you did. Sorry, excuse me. But it's definitely time for you to let go and let things start to compost in that life. All this bad, icky stuff that you keep feeling that's happening to you right now, I want you to go do something for me today. I want you to go find a cardboard box somewhere out in the universe there, where you a small little box, and I want you to fill it up with at least 10 things that you need to let go of. And then when you're done with that, I just want you to leave it in that box until you feel like you're ready to start to mourn the loss of those things in your life. And then maybe have a funeral for those things, because it's something you are holding on to that's keeping you from doing the thing that you want to do the most. You know, there's some stuff you have to get rid of in order to get clear of that situation. But it's time to get the big picture. You got the picture card, which means you kind of have an idea of what you kind of want to be doing out there in this world. But now it's time to maybe add those flourishes back onto you to kind of get you noticed a little bit more. Remember, right now they see the black and white picture of who you are. Now maybe we can add in a little bit more. Let's show them a little bit more of who I truly am. Let's tell them why I need this job. Let's be the kind of employee that they need me to be, not a sugarcoat candy ass answer, a real employee who really needs that job and they think they would be a good fit for that company. Have you brushed up the resume, or gotten your resume out to several different kinds of places to look for jobs? Because it's not like those things aren't readily available everywhere. You know, have you checked in with your friends, your family, the people you love the most? That person who's giving you so much grief, ask them, you know, any jobs right now that I could get quickly? Let them become a part of the solution, not the problem. Make them a part of your team, not your enemy. You know, make them a part of the journey, because I bet they love your person of choice there, and your siblings, and your sons and daughters and stuff like that. I don't really want to say which one you have, because I want to keep that a little bit safe. But whatever the case may be, it's time for you to pull away a little bit and really look at your whole situation and say, what's going to get me noticed? What do I need to add on in order to get noticed a little bit more? Because yes, you feel trapped in that ice block that you can't get out of, but you kind of have to maybe open up that personality a little bit more, believe in the positive, because this card is basically telling you you have to find the positive in the situation that you're in. Even though things are kind of bleak right now, the best thing you can do is start to visualize that spot on the ground of you completing that job. Okay, that block of ice is going to be melted away by the time you reach this block. And once you find that job, the block will have broken and fallen away from you, because you'll be sending so much positive energy and light, so much positive heat into that it won't keep you locked in place anymore. Remember, you've had the golden hammer the entire time, and you could have chipped away at it really slowly, or you could have used the power of positivity to melt that ice really fast. Kind of like adding hot water to an ice cube, watch how fast it melts. So are you homeless? And if you're living with this in-law, maybe it's time. Oh, okay. A little bit of advice that I want to give you, because it's happened in my own life with me and another sibling. So I know your situation is different. You got an in-law, but mine happened with me and my actual blood brother. Okay, he wasn't living up to the expectations of what I said he could come live here by. He wasn't paying the rent that he was supposed to be paying me. He wasn't cleaning up like he was supposed to clean up. He wasn't taking care of his animals like I told him to take care of the animals. I got to a point where I had to say, get out. Especially it was my house, it's time for them to move on, go do something else. If you're the one who's in their problem, then you have to do whatever it takes to be the best possible person you can be until you can find a place for you to go. There are a lot of places out there where you can find a job. I would pay for your housing, depending on how proficient you are in the field that you are in and how much you can bring that to that company. There are companies out there who will give you everything you need in order to find a new job, a home, a car, everything, but you've got to be the shiniest bright penny you've ever been. And if that situation is a problem, get out of the damn situation. Okay. Well, I mean, from what this says is that you're probably using the small golden hammer to chip away your way out of this situation. It may take a little bit of time, but I'm telling you to add that positivity and that heat back onto that life again, and start bringing out that real personality of letting people know your situation when you're going to apply for jobs. Let them know, hey, I've got a daughter. I've got someone that I'm living with that I want to be able to get out of the house right now with. I will be one of the most dedicated, complete people. I will never be late. I will always be on time, because I don't want this job. I need this job. People love that shit, especially managers. I've been a manager enough times in my life. I've been everything from a shift manager to almost a store manager a couple of different times. And whatever manager or person who's in that position is looking for is someone who's going to be on time, someone who's going to be able to be capable of the job you're hiring them to do, and they're going to do it as well as possible, and they're going to work every day to try to improve as much as they can till they can become proficient as possible. That's what most employers are looking for. Then you add the personality onto that. Then you add the life goals and dreams. When they ask you what your greatest weakness is, tell them, my greatest weakness is right now I don't have a place for me to live with, for me and my daughter right now. Sorry, I said daughter, but I came out. But it's all about that. And if you can turn this into a power instead of something that defeats you, if you can really sit down with this person and say, hey, I would love your help to try to find and make this situation better so that I can get out of here and give you your space back. And that's a scary thing. You got someone helping you with that, or are you doing it all by yourself? I'm not going to tell you what to do here. I'm telling you that there are options out there. If you're a woman with a 3-year-old baby, there are programs out there that will get you in a place, as soon as you can. If you're a male who's raising a child on their own, there's starting to be more and more programs out there for male people who have to raise their children because of circumstances beyond their control. So there are programs out there that can help you. Start taking advantage of the programs that are available to you. It's okay to ask for help. And I think that's what you need to do. I think you need to ask for help. Say, I really need your help, family. I know you're disappointed in whatever the heck it is. I know the situation isn't the greatest, but unless I can have your help to get out of the situation, it will never get any better. Can we stop arguing and work together as a team? I mean, is that so awful to start doing that with people that are going to be in your life? You know? And if their son or daughter is not a part of their life and they're that other person's son and daughter, they only have the rights you give them, by the way, to be around the children you want them to be around. You're the one in control of your life. Do you want to live a good life, the best possible life you can live? It's going to take some work, but you're going to do it because you're going to forge that path. You're going to see that path coming to fruition. You're going to allow that path to be there waiting for you when you're ready to get there. And if you think that has to happen quickly, then you have to believe that it's going to happen quickly. Put those positive emotions back out there into this universe. Trust me, the more you tell the universe you want positivity and the good things to come into your life, the more the universe tends to build up and listen. Life happens for us all. You know, life is not guaranteed to anybody, any situation, any problem can pop up at any time. But sure, what do you want to ask there? I just saw what you said, so about you wanted to ask more about your living situation. Yeah, ask whatever you would like to ask. Do you want me to give you another? Do you want just a one card answer, or do you want a 3 card answer? What's your pleasure there to get more ask about more about your living situation? Do you? All right, Jing. How many times do you want me to shuffle the deck for you? One through 10. 1, 2, 3. Now pick a number, 1 through 52, and this will be for the living situation, though. Okay. A job is right around the corner. I can almost feel it. It's just become that bright penny that they want to pick up, and I think you'll be just fine. All right, give me a second to count out that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, and the 52nd card is up on top there for you, my friend. Let's find out what the cards have to say about your living situation. So, about the living situation, okay? Definitely time for you to start preparing. You start packing today. Start getting things together today to move to that house you want to go in, because you have to start preparing for this possible thing to happen. If you're just waiting for that spark to open up or something for it to become to fruition, it's telling you that you have to cut out listening to all the outside voices that are trying to influence your life right now. It's time for you to be the one in control of the one that's preparing the soup. You have to go by what you can afford, by what you can do, by what you can get, And like I said, there are a lot of beautiful programs out there that can help people find jobs depending on the situation or thing out there. There are a lot of places out there that can find jobs and can get you that career. But this living situation that you're in, stop letting those outside influences always come back to messing with the life that you want to live. So you have to be the one who adds the right ingredients into its own soup of life, not letting everyone throw their ingredients into the soup that you don't want them to be throwing it into. So it's basically saying get ready and start putting those things that you need to be putting into the piles so that you can start sorting through them so that when you're ready, you can put them in the new place you want to be, which is the home that you are seeking. Dirt in this case would mean, especially since it's in the present, that means that it's time to start planting down those fertile seeds to make that fertile ground again. So now you've got that fertile dirt down there. All of these things that used to be in your life have composted to a point where now you have to put those seeds out there for the things that you want. That means putting out those applications multiple times a day, looking for places to go within your wheelhouse and still living a normal life and taking care of the daughter. It's going to seem like a marathon for a while, but you do this now, you don't have to worry about it later. Which problem do you want to tackle first? Which is the most pressing thing first? If I have a job, then I can afford the home. If I have the home, then maybe I'll have a little bit more freedom to go find the place for me to leave. Maybe you have to kind of downgrade your expectations of what you want to have, So it's all about that. Then you got my brother's card, the Rainier card, basically. Okay, now I want to tell you about the situation that happened between me and my brother, okay, Jing? My brother did something very criminally wrong. I really don't want to go into it other than it was something that a lot of people would frown upon in this world. And so if you get my drift there, I think you kind of understand what I'm alluding to. But this isn't what I'm trying to tell you about. He had to turn his life around. The shitstorm of his life had led him to make a bad choice and or decision. And when he made that bad choice or decision and he finally got free and out, I wanted to help my brother out. So I let him come live with me. And for a while there, we got along and it was going just fine and dandy. And he was only supposed to be there about a year, but he ended up being there 3 years. And those 3 years weren't always the happiest. He didn't always pay his rent on time. He didn't always help with the cleaning duties or making sure his pets were properly taken care of and or, groomed properly so they didn't bring fleas into our house because we actually lost one of our cats because of that. But we had a big blowout, and it was me telling him all the things that I was disappointed in him about. He told me some nasty things that he told me about. It took us six months to a year to kind of start to even repair that relationship again. But it's time for you to start re-embracing that freedom to let your emotions out. It's okay to show them that maybe you're hurting and you're in pain and you don't know what to do and you don't know how to heal. But you can turn this around to be your benefit. You can make this be a more positive life. Even though he did something very wrong, even to this day, he still does things like making sure he goes to his counseling. He does everything in his power to never commit that crime ever again. He's living a nice, happy life with his fiance, and they're having a wonderful life now. He's completely changed his outlook on life. He had to in order to really get that breath of fresh air in his lungs and to enjoy those rains and emotions, to feel like he could be a part of the world again. Because it's definitely time for you to start to enjoy every last little flavor of life again. There's bad though. Oh, okay. I don't know what you're saying when you said there's bad. You know, there's is bad. Yeah, I'm not saying that you're like that. I'm just using that as the moved in, had a bad situation, and I was trying to be the kinder person there. But there comes a point when you've welcomed someone into your home that if they're not doing the things you expect them to do, they feel like they're not being respected, and they don't feel like they're getting everything they want. And unfortunately, it came to words with me and my brother. And but you have to start to learn to enjoy every last little morsel of the journey that you are on right now, because this could be the time where it comes up, Jing. I mean, the hitting the lottery of life kind of thing, the more positive life is going to be coming for you, because not only are you trying to will this into being to be that positive influence for your daughter and be that positive influence for those surrounding you, you're trying to figure yourself out. You just got, you've got so much on your plate and you've got no one helping you and everyone trying to hurt you. That's why I told you to turn your enemies into your team members, because if they're helping you find these things, then they can't complain that you aren't trying hard enough. And, accept their help if they're willing to give it. If they're not willing to give it, then move on as much as you can and move forward. So, but it's definitely time to get this. When you're thinking about this house that you want to live in, though, it means getting to a place where you can enjoy life the way you want to live it. That's what the feed card basically means. Preparing, getting ready for this. There's new ground or a new land ready for you to start planting on. You can make your life be better than it was before. You can change it to be that positive influence so you can enjoy your life again. I mean, it looks pretty good for you, Jing. Okay? But I think what it's going to take is time and communication and being open and honest about everything going on right now. I think the more they know what you're going through, the better they're going to understand you. And maybe all you need to do is say, I'm overwhelmed. I'm trying my best. I just lost my job. I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm doing the best I know how to do right now. And all I want from you guys is a little bit of support. Help me. Help me find the job. Help me find the place to go so that I can be out of your lives. And then try to work with them, not against them. If that's not possible, well, then you try to do it the best way you can. Try to be as civil as you can. Try to obey the rules as much as you can. But the second you can get out of there, get out. You don't need that around in your life anymore. Your daughter doesn't need to be around that anymore. I hope that helps, Jing. I just feel like I think the universe is about to answer your prayers, honestly. And I think you have to kind of keep the faith, keep believing that things are going to work out to be better than they are. I think the universe is just waiting to hear you say the words, I need help. Please, please, if there's anything out there listening, I need your help. Help me live the best possible life I can live. Please help me find my happy. Help me be able to raise my daughter in a place that we need to be in. Help me find a job that will sustain not only my spirit but my pocketbook. Put all of that positivity out to the universe. The universe is going to start to hear it and go, oh, okay, which one are we going to fill first? It's kind of like writing down what you want at the restaurant. And yes, not everything is exactly how you expected it to be, but they're sending you what you need, not necessarily what you want. So remember, Jing, I don't know where you live, but if you own a car, you can have a job today by driving food around. You can sign up today, and by tomorrow you could be driving food around, earning as much money as you're willing to get out there and drive. If that's not an issue, well, there are plenty of other things that can. If you don't want to be one of those food delivery places like DoorDash, you can always do the pizza thingy. You could just drive people around and have nice, fun conversations and make sure they have everything they need while you're carting them around. There's a lot of factory work kind of jobs and jobs where it comes for the interior of the United States of America and building back the interior back up to be a lot better. So a lot of jobs out there that require no experience whatsoever. You just got to be able to put your body through hell most of the time. Construction jobs are not fun, but if they pay the bills, who cares? If all you're doing is lugging shit around every day, if you can handle that kind of stuff, know what you can handle and what you can't handle, then apply the things you really want to be doing with your life to the life plan you have in your head to be. I'm really sorry your in-laws are doing that to you. And from my past experience, sometimes it just gets to a point where, at least it was for me, I got to a point where I couldn't take it anymore. As much as I was trying to be nice and kind to my brother at the time, I had to kick him out and make him survive. and he went and found some place to live in less than a month when he'd been looking for 6 months before that on a place. So it just goes to show you that, and things worked out for the better afterwards. It took us a while to get back to being family again, and we don't talk as much as we used to talk. Well, we never really talked all that much to begin with, but Karma, blessings, my sister. Happy Juneteenth to all people out there, by the way. Today we honor all those on Juneteenth today. That's for sure. It is a happy day. It was a day something horrible ended and something new began. All right, guys, I'm gonna go take a quick restroom break. So I will be back in a tiny bit, guys. So thank you for being patient here while I go use the gentleman's room. You're very welcome. I I truly hope it helps. All right, guys, I'm back. Thank you for being patient while I went and used the restroom real quick. Oh. Hey, Jean, have you thought about going home too, like going back to your parents instead of going to live with the in-laws? Maybe it's time to go live with your parents for a while, just until you can get back on your feet, unless they're not supportive of things. If you think about that, I doubt he's here anymore, though. I think he went left. I'm going to see what's going on in the world, Twitchy world. Hmm. Children's on. Back to stream. We got 1 hour left, guys. 1 hour left. If I get a lot of readings down around the 10 o'clock hours, I will maybe go to the 11 o'clock hour. Um, oh, no, not that one. Jesus. Didn't want to open that. I mean, anything else running in the background right now? Computer's already slow enough as it is. Just in case you guys weren't here for it, and you need to be reminded once again. This has been brought to you by SW Energy Drinks. They're an all-natural energy drink. You can get 10% off with this code below. I haven't tried these products yet, but I'm going to be having a taste test soon, so tune in for the coming somewhere in the future. Now, the Paranormal Partnership Program. It is where paranormal groups share their links with other people in the paranormal field to get the best results by coming together as a unified paranormal network. That's right. A unified paranormal network is also brought a group of people together to smash the egos away, to create no more drama, to be able to be positive and uplifting. It's time for us to start bringing those back into the field. The unified paranormal program is all about paranormal enthusiasts from all walks of life coming into one place to create that mission. Then we have the Global Ghost Hunt coming down there in October, guys. Don't forget, if you are interested in ghost hunting and or want to be a part of a team, maybe you're medium or sensitive or have always been interested in ghost hunting, now is the time to go sign up with your very own team, with your very own location. Go find out how you can be a part of that today. And by my parent company, Blue Sphere Productions. This has been brought to you by all of the things that I do in this world are through Blue Sphere Productions. That's the Paranormal Josh show coming in August, and also the Unknown Prophet Daily Tarot reading. So, all right, now we've got that out of the way. There's no live anymore. Sorry. What's up, man? Ta-da! I just want to say we honor all of the fallen today, all the abused today, and all of those people who had to endure the history that we had in our past. Today we honor Juneteenth. All righty then. More cover. Vincent, welcome on in, my friend. You'd like a reading? Okay, no problem. Welcome on, Vincent. How are you doing today? Readings are free today for Juneteenth today, so don't worry about donating anything today. All right, here's how my readings work, Vincent. I do a past, present, future reading, which is the simplest reading I do, or I can give you my journey layout, which is the most complicated, depending on what kind of answers you want to find today. That can be the most useful if you want more answers, the journey layout. Otherwise, I just do your typical past, present, future, and I divine the best possible path for you. If you're ready to let me know what kind of reading you would like and how many times you want me to shuffle the deck, 1 through 10. And I will keep that in mind as I'm shuffling the deck for you. That love reading you need. So, Vincent, whenever you're ready, just let me know, okay? Otherwise, we'll give you what I call my 3 strikes rule. And if I call your name out more than 3 times when I officially start the count, I'm going to move forward. If you're having computer issues, please let me know. I will give you more time. I know sometimes there's a lag on Facebook and YouTube and some of the other places I stream through sometimes. So I want to get you the right reading here, my friend. Okay, guys, if you want a reading, please stay in the chat when you say you want a reading. I will need you to pick some numbers for me, guys. When I ask you to pick a number 1 through 52, I'm asking you to shuffle the deck because I can't hand you my cards through the screen. When I ask you to pick a number 1 through 52, I'm asking you to kind of cut the deck. And as you're thinking about both of those numbers, they do have significance to the kind of reading you get. So the more you are interactive with the reading, the better your reading is. So, or at least you don't have to tell me everything, but at least understand that I'm here to tell you what you need to know, not what you want to know. So sometimes the reading isn't the greatest, and I have to tell people that sometimes. I'm very blunt and very honest and open about what I feel you need to hear. So some people might find that a little bit off-putting, but I'd rather tell you the truth as I see it or hear it. So, Vincent, whenever you come back in here, you want a reading, you let me know you're back, okay? And if he never comes back in, oh, okay, we've got an hour left, so we'll find out. Same old situation. Same old ball chain. All around the world, everyone will be world. Same. Abracadabra. Hocus pocus. I put a spell on you, and now you're found. I put a spell on you to make you live the way you were drawn. I find the path that's best for you, and I take you through a journey to I put a spell on you, and now you're loved. Love. I put a spell on you, and now you're gone. I spent every waking moment trying to find the kind of love I need. Don't you know that tomorrow is a wicked game? See, I just be silly here for a while. Oh well. Okay. So if you're tuning in and you can laugh and giggle a little bit today, whatever. If you don't laugh and giggle at my silly little things I do here, that's okay too. Please release thee, let me go. I do not need you any longer. If you love them, set them free. Move on to find what you truly need. I'm trying out about you. Time knows everything there is to know about you. I've been living under everyone's beam. A little dream I mean. Stars shining out of you. Stars shining in spring out of you. And ever growing like a sycamore tree. Dream of running up. Yeah. Dream a little dream of me, yeah, man. As I rock to the body, rock to the top, rock to the Jesus and rock to the knot. Here we go. Sitting bothered today. I don't want to know. What are you saying? Doc, get out of my life. All I want to do is live without the strife. Another good rapper. Not a good singer. Well, I used to be a good singer. I can still carry a tune once in a great blue moon, but my voice gets cracky. No, you can rate that 1 through 10. No prizes involved. As soon as I can afford it, I'm going to be buying a couple of my own merch to give away to people. Well, Vincent never came back, so they're gone. Three X's and you're out. I want a love reading. I want a money reading, a career reading, a situation reading. Whatever you got for me, guys. I'll help you out the best way I can. You just get to see me be silly for an hour. Or 45 minutes almost. Ooh, ha. Every day can be the best day ever. Every day can put you through the weather. Every day can shine again. Why won't you be my gentle friend? Oh, world, won't you treat me like I need? Like I need, oh baby, life, won't you treat me the way I need to treat today? Bum, 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 What to do? Eat a banana? Every time you read him in the book of face, you don't know the think about it. Face. Oh, coffee, the elixir does. You want to be loved? I love you. I'm just gonna drink it like that. It's fine. It's got enough enough sugar right now. Drinking, although my heart is breaking, trying on the song. There were tears in my eyes. All I know is I miss you, darling. Cry, what's the use of crying? All I ever wanted and more would be your smile. My best Elvis impression. Wise men say only fools rush in, for I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, won't you go? Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. There, that's my best I can do. I'm entertaining myself here. You had way too much coffee. That's not coffee. That's not coffee. No one said you would get completely insane person here. No, not at all. No, I just like to make you guys laugh. Someone will clip that. Oh, he's gone zombie. Oh. Quick. Grab the camera. What? He's gone zombie. What do you want me to grab a camera? I got to take a picture of this shit. Oh, you're just starting up. Yep, I don't have anybody else right now. What do you want to know, Jing? Did I just answer this question for you? I thought I answered that question a couple days for you, buddy. I told you everything I thought you needed to hear. But to recap, what I said was it's time to polish up that resume of yours. Get yourself to be that bright, shiny penny that's going to be more attractive to people. I believe you will, but I'm not a job expert. I'm not a doctor. I'm not one of these people who can just pull it out of the ether. You've got to do part of the work yourself. I'm just trying to help you find the best possible path for you, giving you the motivation you need to do that. That's what I see happening. I didn't say how long that would take. Hopefully it will help soon, but When it comes to job soon, we'll see what the card says. I'm just gonna draw a random card out of the deck here. So there we go. That's my random card. And what does it say? You have to get the big picture about the situation. That's what's wrong. Something you're not seeing that's right in front of your nose. That could be the job of a lifetime that you're just not seeing is right there in front of you. You just haven't called or checked back in with them yet, So it means using those instincts of yours that in your heart and your mind are true, that when you start looking for the job, which way to go looking for it. You know what to accomplish when you're doing it. But you got to start trusting yourself a little bit more. And like I keep saying, it's all about your personal belief, Jane. That the more you have all these questions all the time, and I don't mind, but it's always about those three things. And when are you going to start working on them? The universe is just going to plop them in your lap all of the time. So, but what the universe is saying is, hey, pull yourself away from the situation, get a better understanding of what's going on here. You've got a shitstorm going on. You know why all of that is happening? Because the universe is trying to get you to move out of the old bad patterns and move you into good new patterns. They're putting you in the cauldron of fire because they want to get it so hot you jump out. So you stop getting cooked by everything else and start living the life you need to live. So step away from the situation, get an outside perspective if you need to. Someone who's not involved in anybody with your family, not me, not your brother, your uncles, your aunts, anybody who's close to you. Go seek out a true answer from a true friend who's going to be neutral about it and tell you exactly what you need to hear. Because I don't know if you're hearing me. I don't know where or hearing what I'm trying to tell you. It's going to take work. You have to be the one who envisions it happening, first of all. And until you change your mindset about everything, it's never going to happen. Never. Because the more you say to the universe, hey, I need a job, I need a job, I need a job, I need a job, I need a job. What are you doing? You have to meet the universe halfway. So the universe will give you all the energy and drive to find that job. Maybe it'll point out some things to you, but it's all about you getting that big picture and really seeing the things that are right in front of you, because there might be a job that's right there. I mean, literally right in front of you, even as I'm speaking, telling you, hey, why haven't you thought about this before? So is the job coming? I don't know. Are you working hard enough to get it? I don't want to say that maybe you aren't taking some personal responsibility for your life, but when does that begin? I mean, you've got a child to think about and stuff now. So, what are you going to do to make this all happen, to become a cohesive thing? And I wanted to say something. Why haven't you moved back into your parents' house yet? Why can't you move out of wherever you're at, move into their house and be more supported by them? And let them go live their lives the way they want to go live it. They want to be involved in your child's life, they can, but they have to come to you and make an appointment. What's wrong with going back home and getting that relief that you need? Well, parents never stop being a parent. If you tell them you're in trouble and you need help and you need to get out of the situation you're in, maybe that's all you need to do is seek for the help that's right in front of you, the thing you haven't thought of before, because maybe dad or mom have ideas for jobs. Maybe they have ideas for all of this stuff, but you have to concentrate on one ball in the air at a time. You're trying to juggle so many dumb things in the air right now. It's like the universe is getting confused which one's the most important. Sometimes, hey, would you rather be a little bit of an imposition in a place that's more conducive to you living a healthier, happier life that might be a little bit short-termer than living in a place where you're getting hostility and getting told what you're not doing right every day? So getting that positive reinforcement instead of that negative reinforcement, you take them out of the equation and they don't have to worry about that anymore. If they want to spend time with their grandkid or their whatever, then they have to make an appointment with you. It's conducive on your timeline, on your schedule, on what your goals in life are going to be. I mean, you're trying to raise a kid, find a job, find a place to live, find, all this other stuff that's going on with you. But you have to start taking some responsibility and say, what are you going to do to make it happen? So, like I said before, I know I've said this before in a lot of other readings that you've come to me for. I'm not an expert, Jing. I wish I was an expert in everything, but I can be wrong too. So maybe it's just the advice you need to take, and you need to go make up your own mind about what I said today. Maybe I just give you that encouragement you need to start making the choices that are right for you. I'm only giving you the best advice I can. You know, I would like to say I'm a professional. Well, my only way of proving that is I've been doing this for 25 years. So I don't know if I consider myself a professional. I consider myself a proficient card reader. A professional, maybe not, because I'm not really trying to earn a living at it. I'm trying to help people at it. So, and Jing, I just think it's all like I said, I keep getting the words mindset in my head every time I start thinking about you. It's those words, mindset. It's all about a mindset. So, I mean, I wish I could reach through the screen and help you physically right now, giving you a hug or some kind of beautiful energy to give you some support of some kind. I wish I could be able to help fix your situation with the snap of my fingers, but I don't have those kind of powers, nor do I want the ability to run your life. Okay, I've got my own life, thank you. I don't really need to run other people's. I try to help people find the best possible path. Does that mean they find it all the time? No, maybe they need to go through some stuff and realize what that path means now. I'm pretty sure if your parents knew what you were going through, they would probably welcome you in. I'm pretty sure they could find some place in there for you to be with your baby. And why wouldn't they want to see their grandchild a little bit more? I mean, and if you can, hey, drop a contract. If I'm only going to live here for this long a time. Give me a year to get back on my feet, so I don't feel suffocated over at whose place. No? Or go find the cheapest place that you can afford to get into it, and then go doing, get that job you need and get all those other things that you want in your life. You're trying to fill a lot of wants, but what do you truly need right away? What's going to help you get started? That's what you have to worry about. That's what I had to start worrying about. Bilingual, you are next in the queue, but I really hope I've helped you there, bud, hun, because I know you're going through a time right now and you wish things were better, but you have to be the positive change that you need sometimes. Bilingual, you are up. Came in right at the right time. Okay, what kind of reading do you want today, Bilingual? Okay, go ahead. I'm going to make sure my cue is caught up here. All right, now I'm ready. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready. I'm going to clean up my keyboard a little too. No, do not leave this site. What kind of a moron question is that? I gotta go do someone different for a change. Just let me know when you're ready. All right. I just read your question. Let's see what the cards have to say for you, and then we'll see what my intuitions tell you here. How many times do you want me to shuffle the deck? 1 through 10. One. Oh, give me a second. I got to do something before I do your shuffle. I forgot to do a cleansing shuffle from the last person I read, which was Jane. So please just give me a second here, and then I'll do. Okay, those feel right. Okay, here we go. Now these are your shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick your number 1 through 52. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, and the 33rd card is up on top here now. See what the cards have to tell you. All right. You put these out of the way here and bring these up so you can see them. Okay, so here's your reading, bilingual. So yeah, you've had to kind of consider the pretty choices that are in front of you. Your friends are starting to kind of shine a little bit brighter or not be in your life so much right now. It's because they aren't meant to be in your life anymore. Maybe it's time for you to contemplate the other choices that you have in front of you. If those friends aren't paying attention to you, maybe they've moved on to a point where they no longer feel that you're a part of their journey. Whether that's sad or not, it's all about the life. We all have people who come and go within our lives. So the ones that you want to stick around with and be friends with the rest of your life, well, then you got to hold on tightly to that one. That's the thing that you're contemplating right now within your life. You have a bunch of beautiful choices to choose from. Why are you just choosing these people that you've been hanging around with for only 4 years? That's kind of what it's asking you. Why have you been, and what's the benefit? What are you getting out of this? Are they meeting some kind of a relationship kind of a goal? Are they helping you and supporting you in your goals and dreams? Are they communicating with you and being your buddies and pals for you whenever you need to talk to them? What benefit do they have? And you have to kind of reach in that jar and say, I need to stop thinking about it and I need to start doing it a little bit more. Because presently what's going on here is you are on a wandering path. That means you are on a path that doesn't have a direction and or place to be or time frame to be at it. You're just kind of wandering through life right now, and you kind of go with the flow for a little bit, because the universe is basically saying, hey, why not just let yourself go, find out what else is out there right now, because you never know what better benefits you will get. People usually walk out of our lives when we are doing a stage of growth or becoming a different kind of person within ourselves. They don't recognize that person anymore, and through their own issues they decide whether or not they want to continue to be a part of your life or not. Don't take it personally. It's just something humans do. It's not trying to be mean or wrong with you, but if they don't feel like being around you anymore, there's something that you are not meshing within their parameters for wanting to be around anymore. I have this issue in real life, so I know how you feel. But what's coming for you in the future is maybe you're going to have to start making some hard choices, getting to your goal as quickly as possible. What kind of goals and dreams are you trying to accomplish right now? What do you really want from these people? Are you willing to go over the hills and valleys to keep being friends with them, to keep with them and be with them the whole time? Could that be the harder path for you to follow? Or are you willing to do work on yourself to maybe make you more self-acceptable for them, or are you going to finally do what's right for you? Maybe this hard path should be one for you, not one for everybody else. What is going to make your heart more beautiful, what is going to make you more attractive to others, is that you love yourself. Maybe you have to kind of go back and think about how you've been treating yourself lately, and maybe if you're doing really good and really great and they're walking away, well, maybe they just can't stand your light. But this destiny card is telling you it's time to build those walls of safety around you. Just like when we are starting this new foundation, even whether or not these people stay your friends or not your friends, you have to build those walls of safety around that foundation in which you want to lay. So depending what you decide to do with your friends, one way or the other, they're either going to be in your life or not in your life anymore. But you have to start building up the walls that are going to keep you safe and secure too. So maybe boost your self-confidence. So even though they might give you some grief about some things, you have to be the one who's more positive. Maybe the world out there is being a little bit more tough and rough on you. You have to put those protective blocks in there. You have to keep yourself safe from the outward elements that are going to come and attack you. So you have that place of safety to always go back to. So remember, you can build the place any way you want to. Just make sure that you're openly communicating within those bricks, that you're allowing those communications to draw through. But it's time to build up those walls that are going to allow you to be more safe and secure. So maybe you have to toughen up a little bit more, or maybe the answer really is you have to move on from that. Hey, Muso, thank you for stopping by to say hi. Appreciate you stopping by. What do they think of you? Here's what they think of you. They're not quite sure what to make out of you. They're still deciding whether or not they want to be around you or not. They're wondering if you are on any kind of directional path and wondering if you have any place that you really feel you need to be. They might not see the benefit of you, you know, and then it's going to take work to be with these people. So they might require some requirements in order for you to be around them. Are you willing to go through that or not? That will determine whether they're positive or negative to you. But your build card is saying make sure that you're being make sure that those people are feeling like there's some walls built up around you, and maybe they don't understand the whole situation. So before you give up on friends that you've been with for a long time, you know, talk with them and communicate about your issues and thoughts. And if they blow you off for a long enough time, you get to decide how long that is. But eventually, you have to give yourself a, if I don't hear back from them by X amount of date, you know, July 4th, if I don't hear them by the time we always got together and stand up with ourselves, you know, that's what we have to do, kind of deal. So I think that your friends kind of feel standoffish from you. They feel kind of like, right. But there's a reason that's happening, because maybe you, for whatever reason, whatever you're going through right now, the more self-conscious we feel about ourselves, the more we don't like the person that we are on the inside. Sometimes people see that and they kind of get worried that they're going to hurt you, or sometimes they don't think they can help you, because some people will go to one of three different things when it comes to helping somebody. Okay, either they're going to go out of their way to do the best they can to help them, or they're going to be stagnant and not do one way or the other, and they're not going to make a good choice or a bad choice. They're just going to try to stay the same no matter what. And then you have your other friends who are going to flock to you and be more supportive of you. I think it's time for you to start deciding whether these friends have any benefit for you, because if you're not participating anymore and you are calling and you are trying to be a part of their group, maybe that's what they've been telling you in their own subtle way is, right now we don't feel like you can be a part of our group. So go find a new group. So I think they're kind of confused about what you're going through. They don't know if you have any direction. They're wondering whether or not you always got to take the tough, difficult path. And you can't just be nice, easy, and going, because they feel that you are building up some walls around yourself. That's what the cards are saying, if you want to take it literally of what they are thinking of you. So those are the four things that they think about you. People are subjective. Remember, they're all living their own life experiences. They're making their choices and decisions just like you. The only way we can ever truly be a part of this world is the more we communicate bilingual. And I think that is what, you know, open up those lines of communication to find out what the problem is, unless you're willing to do that extra step of being the one who stays in communication. Will that take work to do? Maybe they've moved away. Maybe they're getting ready to move on with their lives with the new people in there. Maybe there's a new job opportunity or things that are going on with their life. Don't always think it's for a negative reason. I'll do my best. Give me a second. I've got to find out how to do that, honestly. Because I keep it on because I want to be able to keep up with chat. How about if I take it down to 5 seconds? All right, I've got it under 5 now, so there'll be 5 seconds. So they should be a little bit better now. Remember, I'm also not doing through this just through Twitch. I'm doing this through StreamYard, which I'm broadcasting it out to 5 different places. My bots don't work on some channels and they work on only Twitch. So I changed it from 10 seconds to 5 seconds. Hopefully that's enough for you, but I want to have time to be able to read what you're saying. If you need me to turn it down more, I will. Is that better? Let me tell you about my personal situation, which is exactly what you're going through, okay? I was with friends for almost 20 years, okay? Almost 20 years I was a part of a group that was very positive, uplifting for a very long time, but things changed. I changed, they changed, a lot of things changed. And I had gotten to a point where I wasn't treating myself the best I could treat myself. And I have some anxiety and depression issues. It made it seem like I got it together here a lot of the times, but there are times when in my everyday life where I get very anxiety and I kind of get yelly and upset, especially when I'm put into a stressful situation where I've got to make a choice between 2 extreme things. I get very, very bogged down in that. This event happened at a place where there were a lot of people in public, and they kind of got offended by that because one of my medical conditions had gone off at the most inappropriate time possible. Okay, and I had to come to some resolution of, they told me to go get help. They wanted the old Josh back. They kept saying, I want the old Josh back. And I kept saying, I don't want the old Josh back. He was a depressed, anxiety-filled man who I really don't want back in my life anymore. And everything I've been doing up for those last couple of years has been all geared towards my positivity. And I haven't wavered from that possibility. Yes, I've been in trouble again. And yes, I've needed help again. But that doesn't mean I've crept back into the same hole I used to. I had to break the bad patterns, but I had to leave those friends behind. As much as I loved them, as much as I wanted to be around them, I had to leave them behind because it was time for me to go on a new, different journey. So, so people walk out of your life when it's just time for you to move on. So move on. I wish you the best, though, bilingual. Friends come and go. Family is forever, but you get to choose that family. So, just gonna turn that off for now. It definitely does do that, my friend. It definitely does do that. One thing we cannot do, at least not as of yet that I know of, we can't rewind time and try doing it all over again. And if they already went back in time, they've already changed it. What good is it going to be for me to go back and change it? I don't exactly appreciate most of my life sometimes, but you know, I turned myself from being a negative person into a positive person. I think I won at life. That's all. I now try to help people, but not in a harmful way. I will give advice. I will do whatever I can to be helpful, but I've also got to think about me from time to time too. So, time to get ready to raid somebody here. So I'm trying to find out if there's anybody I know out there in the universe that I love very much. I want to show them some love for a change. Okay, Yana, Valorant, Cactustan. I don't know if I really. I don't think she allows raids. I raided her yesterday. Well, guys, so I'm going to start rating out to my channel here, guys. I'm going to run my credits, guys. I really do appreciate you guys being here every single day. Thank you for joining me this Juneteenth. I hope that we honor the past so we don't relive the future. Please join me today in honoring all those people who came before us, who did the hardest thing they have ever had to do, saying, no, this is wrong. You can't do this to us anymore. So hopefully you all honor Juneteenth. Tune in next tomorrow. I'll be back at 7 to 10 a.m. We're going to get ready to raid out to this wonderful, beautiful young lady. So we'll see you next time. Bye bye.